Hello there, Whip here, and welcome back to another mod showcase, and today I'm going to be showing you a mod called the Oceancraft mod. And can we possibly hit 300 likes for this mod showcase? That'd be really awesome. But let's just go straight into this. What the Oceancraft mod actually does is it adds a variety of ocean-related mobs and items into Minecraft to try and make the ocean biomes a lot more interesting than they normally are, because they're very barren and there's not any mobs that actually spawn in them because you can't even see the fish. Fish aren't rendered in vanilla Minecraft, so this mod aims to fix that. And I'm going to be starting off by showing you the different kinds of mobs. So I'm going to start off with the crabs, yes. And these guys will walk sideways. They're not going to be walking forwards because they are crabs, of course. They can only walk sideways. I've always thought that's really weird how crabs can only walk sideways. But look at them. How cute are they? They've got their little eyes on their shell. And they've got those little claws and pincers at the front. It's so awesome. And these guys, in a similar fashion to how chickens drop eggs from time to time, these will actually drop their legs. I did find it a bit weird though, because the texture for the crab leg is similar to a crab claw. It should really be a crab claw that is, but it's called crab's legs, so yeah, they drop their legs from time to time. It doesn't actually visually render them losing a leg in the actual appearance of them. That'd be cool if they could do that, but you know, they just lose their legs and instantly grow them back again. That seems to be how it works. But we're just gonna go and kill one of these crabs. Yeah, look at that. And you can see they actually drop this new food called raw crab, and you can actually cook this in a furnace, and it heals the same amount as fish does. Well, heals the same amount of your hunger bar, I should say. But next up, we've got an aggressive mob called the Cannibal. And by the way, crabs are peaceful, so they spawn in peaceful mode, whereas cannibals will only spawn if you're on easy, medium, or hard, of course. So yeah, look at this guy here. He's got his lovely ruined pants on there. Look at him. He's really evil. He's going to eat you if he manages to kill you. This guy, he has 20 health, so it's about 3 hits with a diamond sword, and he will actively try and kill you. And it's 2 hearts of damage for each hit he does with his wooden sword, because of course he's got his wooden sword, and that's how much damage wooden swords do. But we're just going to kill this guy now, so I can show you what he drops. You can see he's really aggressive now. He's going to try and kill me, but I'm going to kill him first. Yes, die. And you can see here, he's dropped a bone. Sometimes he drops 2 bones, 3 bones, but this case, he only has 1 bone in his body. That must be a really weird cannibal if he's only got 1 bone in his body. Wow, he must be made of mostly jelly or something. But yeah, and these cannibals will actually spawn in groups most of the time, so they're quite scary to come across if you've got like 10 of them all trying to kill you at the same time. So try and stay away from cannibals. That's a valuable life lesson for you. But yeah, those are cannibals. But next up, we've got something a little bit more peaceful. We've got fishies. Don't worry, they're not just normal fish, they are fishies, because there's a Y on the end of the word, making them totally different. Now this is something I wish was in vanilla Minecraft, because in vanilla Minecraft, you know, when you go fishing, you can't actually see the fish that you're catching. There's nothing actually physically rendered in the water. Okay, maybe they did add splashing animations for when the fish comes up and catches your rod. Well, catches the bait, I should say. They don't just jump out and grab your rod, that'd be really peculiar. But yeah, so you can see now they've actually added a fish rendered thingy into the oceans and waters that you get in Minecraft, so you can actually see the fish that you're catching. And it also enables you to just jump into the water instead of using a fishing rod and just hit the fish straight away. And you may also notice there's 2 varieties of fish. We've got the blue fish and the red fish. Just going to hit these guys. You can see they just drop fish. So if you really want to do it the old-fashioned way and jump into the water and kill all your fish instead of using a fishing rod, then yeah, you can do that. But yeah, so those are the fishies. And again, this is just the same raw fish that they drop that you'd get from fishing in Minecraft. So there we go. But next up, we've got the Manta Ray. Now, the Manta Ray, I initially thought would be an aggressive mob, but it's actually really peaceful and it will not attack you at all. So it's not going to sting you. You don't have to worry about that. So look at this guy here. I can't even see him. It's too murky in this water. I think the best way to show you this is just to spawn the guy on the land. Of course, when he's on the land, he will die eventually because he's not going to have any oxygen from the water, and he's just going to die and he's going to dry out. It's a bit sad, really. But look at this guy. He's so cute. He's trying to fly away occasionally. He's got a tail, and he's got those lovely eyes that stick out from his body. But we're just going to kill him now because we want to see what he drops. So there we go. We've killed him. And you can see he drops this thing called a ray sting. Now, this is initially why I thought it would be aggressive mob. But nope. It is completely peaceful. If I went into survival, it would not attack me at all. So yeah, that's the Manta Ray. But next up, we've got the sea turtle. And you can see here, it looks like a turtle, but in the sea. And these guys cannot go on land. If they do go on land, they will die. I think this isn't that realistic, because in real life, sea turtles do occasionally come out onto the land to actually lay their eggs, I believe, so they can hatch their young. But in Minecraft, of course, it's not that realistic, so it doesn't really matter. But these guys cannot go on the land. They will just die and dry out, and horrible things will happen. They'll start flashing red and then drop their shell. And that's how I got the shell. So if just go down here and kill this guy. Die! Die, sea turtle! Occasionally he will drop his shell, but I don't think he did that time. Oh, he did actually. There it is. And you can actually wear this shell, and it's equipped like that. And if we go into F5 mode, you can see what it looks like. I've turned into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Look at me. Yes. I'm probably Leonardo or something, but there we go. I'm wondering how my head managed to fit through the top of that shell. It doesn't seem like it would fit, but it's Minecraft. Anything is possible. So yeah, that's the sea turtle. And also, I forgot to mention that sea turtles can occasionally drop their meat, and then you can cook that and eat it. And again, it heals the same amount of your hunger bar as fish does. So yeah, that's the sea turtle. But the last two mobs, I'm going to actually have to go to the ocean to show you, because they're too big to fit in a tank like I have with the rest of them. So yeah. The first one is going to be the shark. Now this is an aggressive mob. As you'd probably predicted, sharks are aggressive and they will try to kill you. But this shark, in this version of the mod, will only attack you if you provoke it. So if you hit it, it will start attacking you. But if you swim around normally, it won't attack you. So you don't have to worry about that. We're just going to go over to this guy and look at him. How magnificent is he? I mean, look at that. His tail's swishing around. He's got the lovely fin on his back. And he's just moving around the water, minding his own business. You can even see the gills on the side of him. And now he's disappeared, hiding from me. I think the best way to show you him again is to spawn him on the land, because they're just too fast in the water. You can't catch up with them. So there we are. Look at him. Is that a hammerhead shark? Do they come in different varieties? Wow, they do. There's different varieties of shark as well. We've got a hammerhead here, and that's just a normal, I don't know what kind of shark that is. I'm terrible with shark types, but I know that's a hammerhead because it looks like a hammer. But yeah, so we're just going to kill this guy and see what he drops. Come on, die. Yes. Oh, he didn't drop anything. I do know for a fact that they do drop fish, raw fish. There is actually a special item in this mod called big raw fish, which I think the sharks should probably drop because they're big enough to actually warrant them dropping something that big, but they don't. They just drop normal fish, and look at them. They're amazing. Let's just spawn a few more and see if we can get any different types. Well, you can see the size varies as well. You can get some big ones, some small ones, and I did get a hammerhead, but I can't find another one again. Wow, it must have been a really rare spawn. I was lucky. And now I've just got so many sharks everywhere. What have I done? I've unleashed loads and loads of sharks into the world who are all going to just die on the land. Oh, that's a real shame. I've just killed loads of sharks. Oh well. I'm just going to go on to the final mob now, which is the whale. Now this is humongous. This thing is giant. Let's just spawn this guy and look at him. Wow, and I love the colour blue of his skin, or whatever you'd call it. It is skin, isn't it? And he's going to move his massive tail around to propel him forwards. And he's just so cute, aren't you? Just cute whale. I can't even see you anymore because it's too dark. Just set it to dawn again. Oh, that sunrise is, oh, it's amazing. But let's just spawn this guy on that. I just spawned a fish. That's not what I intended. I was like, wow, that's a small whale? What happened to it? No, this is the whale, of course. And look at him. He's kind of glitched in the ground, but yeah, we're just going to kill this guy and see what he drops. You can probably guess what he's going to drop, considering I just told you earlier, but there we go. So you can see it drops this item called a big raw fish. It's just a fat version of the raw fish, look. But you can cook this, and it'll actually heal double the amount of your hunger bar than the actual normal fish does. And look at that, we've got an invasion of the crabs. There's just crabs everywhere, and that shows you the walking animation of the crab as well. And that pretty much sums it up for all of the different kinds of mobs that this Oceancraft mod adds into the game. They're quite interesting. It just varies up the ocean biomes to make them a little bit more interesting, so you'll actually be able to encounter some new mobs. But the next thing I'm going to be doing is showing you the items that this mod adds. So the first kind of block that this mod adds that I'm going to be showing you is the shell block, and these will actually spawn in 4 different coloured varieties, and they're all the same rarity, so you're not going to be finding one colour more than the rest, and they'll spawn on beach areas close to the rivers or oceans, and you can just mine them and use them for decoration in your house. And to actually break them, you just hit them once, and you can see they drop something called a shell item, and you can just have the 4 different colours here, and you can place them down just as easy as that, and that's the shell item. But next up we've got quicksand. These are a common thing that you actually find in beaches everywhere, and they're really annoying because you just jump in them and then you get stuck, which is really annoying. But hopefully you get into some quicksand which has a bottom, but sometimes it's really deep and you will actually end up suffocating if you jump in this and you can't get yourself out. So I'll just give you a demonstration now. I'm just going to jump in. You can see I'm sinking, and pretty much I can't get my way out because you can see it prevents me from breaking the blocks when I'm in them. It's horrible. I can't do a thing. Help me. Luckily I did make it only 1 block deep, so I can escape from this stuff, but you can only walk really slowly in it, and there's just no way of getting out. You can see I'm pressing space and I can't climb out. I'm stuck. I can just break the block I'm in, but it takes forever and I really don't have the time for that. So let me just go back into creative. There we go. Oh wow, I thought I couldn't even get out in creative then. That would be a pain. And now I just set the time to morning by accident. Oh well. I wanted to go back into survival. So yeah, that's the quicksand, and you can break this. with a pickaxe, and you can collect it and place it down to troll your friends or anything, or put it outside their houses and wait for them to fall in it, and then you can just stare at them and laugh at them or something. But next to it, we've got the seaweed items. Now, the seaweed actually spawns at the bottom of oceans. It does not spawn on land. I just put it on the land here so I could show you what it looks like. There's 3 different varieties of different shades of green here, and yeah, you'll find these at the bottom of oceans. Sadly, I can't show you that now because I'm in a custom world, and the ocean doesn't have any of this at the bottom because it hasn't been generated naturally. But if you went into another world, you would see this generating on the sea floor. So that's the seaweed blocks. But last but not least, let me see what these things are actually. I forgot what they were called. Let me see. Oh yeah, oyster blocks. Now these things, when you actually break them, has a small chance of dropping a black pearl, or most commonly you will actually get a white pearl from them. So I'm just going to break them. You can see white pearl there, black pearl there, a white pearl, then a white pearl, then a white pearl, then a white pearl, then a white, 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 and then a white. You can see I've got 11 whites and 1 black. I guess I was just lucky on the second one. So yeah, you can see there, for every 1 black you find, you're going to find 10 white pearls. These things are actually used for crafting recipes later on, and you'll see what I mean. But those are the oyster blocks, and again, they will spawn at the bottom of oceans. And you have to be quite lucky to get the black pearls. And that reminds me of the ship in Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. Okay. So yeah, those are the different blocks you can get. Now there's one actual block I couldn't mention, and that is the coral blocks. So I've just swapped over to a different world now, so I can actually show you how you can find coral. And you can see I found a deep bit of water here, and that means we've got some coral spawning. And this is a coral block next to some seaweed, which I just showed you. And when you break this stuff, it will drop something called coral. And you can actually use this to craft stuff, which I'm going to show you now. But I just wanted to show you how you can actually find coral naturally, and how you can then use it. So once you've actually obtained some coral in the way I've just shown you, you can actually make some armor out of it and also some tools. So if I just see here, you can see that you make it using coral ingots. And to get coral ingots, you simply put the coral block that you got into a furnace with some coal, and you'll smelt it into a coral ingot. And you craft the armor in the same way as you craft any normal armor in Minecraft. And you can also craft the tools as well, and the tools are similar to wooden tools, so they're pretty pathetic really. I mean, considering how brittle coral is, I'm surprised you can actually make tools out of it in the first place, and I'm surprised they don't just disintegrate as soon as you hit a block once. But yeah, you can actually make coral tools if you really wanted to. It'd be much more efficient to just find wood, unless you really like pink, in which case you would want to make some coral tools. I mean, everything here is pink. I'm completely pink. Actually, I kind of look like I'm wrapped in bacon. That's quite good, actually. I am now Bacon Man. Haha. No, that's completely not the same. But the next item that this mod adds are the fishing nets. Now, there's 2 different kinds of fishing net. We've got the normal fishing net and then the reinforced fishing net. And the normal one is for just catching small fish, and the reinforced one is for catching whales and sharks. I know it sounds a bit stupid that you've got a net big enough to catch a whole whale in. I mean, imagine trying to pull that out of the water. That'd be insane. But yeah, you can actually make 2 different versions of the net. Now I'm going to show you the first one, which is the fishing net, and to craft this you're just going to need 2 of those crab's legs, which are crab's drop, 2 sticks, and then a string. And there is an alternative way of crafting this, which you can see at the bottom there. And these are the 2 different shapes that you can use in the crafting grid to craft the fishing net. But let's just go up to this water now. You can see I've got some normal fish, and to actually catch the fish with a fishing net, you just right click on the fish like so, and it gives you a fish like so. And you can actually look at this. It actually drops a special fish item, and I wonder if you can place this back down in the water. Let's see. Yes, you can! Look at that, it spawns a fish when you place it back down in the water again. So you can capture fish, keep them in like a tank or something, and no, you need to go in the water. You need to go in the water. There you go. I didn't want him to die. But yeah, you can capture fish, walk around holding the fish in your hand, and somehow you can place it back in the water and it's still alive. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that's what you can do with the fishing nets. I'm presuming this is going to be the same for the actual reinforced one. You can actually capture whales and then hold them in your hand. Oh, that sounds so insane. And then just walk around and then place down the whale again. And actually, let's see if that's possible now. So to craft the reinforced fishing net, you're going to need 2 diamonds along with 2 sticks. So big increase in the cost of these crafting recipes here. And some string, of course. And again, the 2 different crafting recipes here both work. Depends which one you really want. So yeah, those are the 2 varieties. So let's just go over to this ocean here, and I'm going to spawn down a shark or a whale or something, and we're going to see if we can capture it. So let's just swap over to the one with the mob spawners, and we're going to spawn down a shark and then a whale. Oh yeah, we can have a whale of a time. Oh dear, that was a terrible pun. But yeah, so we're just going to reinforce the use the reinforced fishing net to capture this whale. Look at that, it just popped off. Where's the item gone? I can't see it. It's disappeared. Oh no. I wanted the whale and it just disappeared in front of me. Oh well. We'll just go over to the shark and see if we can get the shark. Come on, get back here. Aha! I caught a shark. Now I've got the shark item. I'll have to try the whale again after this. So we've got the shark item here. I can just hold a shark in my hand casually, you know. Yep, look at me. I'm just holding a shark. I must have used a shrink ray or something to decrease it to this size. But then I can place it down again. And look at that, I've spawned my shark. Of course, once you use it once in survival mode, it's going to disappear. But because I'm in creative, I can spawn as many sharks as I want. Let's actually see if there's a whale item which I can get. Nope, there isn't. Okay, I'm going to have to actually spawn down another whale, aren't I, to actually get this. So here we are, whale again. And we're going to swap over to my fishing rod. Fishing net, different things. No, come back here. I want your whale item. This is insane. I wish they actually had a 3D render of the whale in your hand. That would look crazy. But look at that. I'm holding a whale in my hand, however stupid it sounds. And then I could just right click and spawn down my whale again. Yay, I have a little pet whale. These aren't just normal whales. They're not tamed or anything. They won't follow you, although that would be so awesome. They're just normal whales. But you can actually transfer sharks and whales in this way. So if you had like a tank in your base or something and you really wanted a pet whale that you could just keep in there, this is a good way of actually capturing them and transferring them back to your base, and that's really cool. But next up, we've got the flippers. Now these flippers, you can actually craft using 4 black pearls, and I showed you how you can actually get those earlier, and then you can get 2 iron ingots, and then you craft some flippers, and then you can put them on like so. There we go, and look at these flippers, whoop. And what these actually do is they speed up your movement in water. So, wow, I'm going really slow on land. Okay, they make you go really slow on land. I mean, look at that. I've got to go into F5 to see how stupid this looks while I'm walking. Yeah, look at that. I'm walking around in my flippers. It slows you down to the same speed as soul sand, I believe. But as soon as you go in water, look at me. Wow. I don't even think sharks can swim this fast. This may be a bit unrealistic at the speed I'm swimming, but I don't care. Look how fast I'm going in water. This makes water transportation over oceans really easy. I can see this being very useful if you're trying to transfer from biome to biome and you've encountered a massive ocean like you so often do in Minecraft. You could use these flippers and easily make short work of going across the ocean, probably even faster than a boat. But yeah, those are the flippers. But there's another item I need to show you, which is a snorkel, and I'm just going to put that on now. And what this gives you is the ability to breathe underwater for much longer. So let me just go into survival mode like so, and you can see that my bubbles for my oxygen levels are still max, even though I've been down there for quite a while. Look at that, it's not even decreasing at all. It's brilliant. So it just makes you able to stay underwater for a lot longer. And now I've got the full set of flippers and my snorkel. I can just go around in the water as long as I want, really. So yeah, those are those items, and I've already shown you the turtle shell, so I don't need to show you that again. But look at that model. Look how awesome that looks. I've got my little snorkel there and then the goggles. I just look epic, and I'm surprised my top hat manages to stay on the water. It's quite amazing, actually. So I think there's some other items I haven't shown you that. So we've got the bone. You can actually craft a bone now using 2 fish bones, and the fish bones are dropped randomly when you kill any kind of water mob. They will randomly drop, and you can use these to actually make a bone. It's a good way of getting bone and then bone meal to grow stuff. And now you can actually craft sponge. There's actually a crafting recipe to craft sponge, and you craft it using a piece of sponge. And this is a kind of coral that you can find in oceans, and when you actually break the coral block corresponding to sponge, you will get this, and then you can actually craft this into a sponge block. How awesome is that? Now there's also these water pearls here, and if I just see how this is crafted, you need a white pearl surrounded by seaweed, and you get the seaweed item when you actually break seaweed in the ocean in survival mode, and then you get a water pearl item. And you can also craft another version of this using a black pearl, which is the water pearl item, but it's a special version of it. And then I've already shown you the big cooked fish and the cooked crab, so nothing special about that. If you're wondering how you actually get the cooked version of this, of course you just put it in a furnace. But now I need to show you the effects of these water pearls, so I'll just right click with this now. You do actually need to have less hunger, so I'm just going to try and set my hunger to, there we are, I've set my hunger to empty, and now I should be able to eat this. Yeah, you can see it's given me a water breathing effect and also restored 2 of my hunger bar. And then if I eat this water pearl here, and you can see it gives me 5 minutes of night vision and 5 minutes of water breathing. So you can see there's a big upgrade between the 2 kinds of water pearl. And that pretty much sums up everything in this mod. If you've enjoyed, please remember to press that like button, it really helps me out. And I'll see you next mod showcase. And of course, thank you for watching.